In the beginning of the film, there's a large clock where the second hand moves quickly towards the top of the hour. This symbolizes that the clock dictates people who live under the control of mechanically measured time. Just like the well-known saying, time is money, people are strictly focused on hurrying throughout their day. The people's most common worry is to keep up with their deadlines and schedules. The symbol in the film is the herd of sheep. Just like the running sheep, the workers rushed towards the factory gates in a large crowd. Yet one of the sheep in the herd was black, standing out from the rest, which signifies the role of the protagonist, an outsider in the film. The last symbol I've chosen is the red warning flag that the tramp sees. This flag symbolizes the consequence of not finding work at the assembly line, which touched a large portion of the population. The protagonist takes the flag and starts a protest march for the unemployed workers following behind him, while he waves the flag in the air. One of the most important sequences in the film is the opening scene when the factory machines are sped up to an inhumane speed, and the workers are all rushing to get their jobs done. Another sequence is when the tramp gets released from the mental hospital and sees a red flag fall off the back of the truck. The tramp takes the flag and unintentionally starts a communist march, followed by his imprisonment. An important scene is when the cafe owner discovers the woman dancing in the streets and offers her a job as a performer. She becomes very popular, and later on the tramp gets a job as a singing waiter in the same cafe. The last sequence I've chosen is when the tramp gets a job as a night watchman in a department store. He lets the girl into the empty store so that she has somewhere to spend the night. Then a group of men break in and recognize the tramp from the factory. They drink the liquor from the store, and the next day the tramp is found drunk and gets arrested. The major difference between a voiceless movie and a movie with sound is the way the actors must act. In a voiceless movie, the actors in the film have to be more expressive in their body language to portray their emotions compared to when the actors can simply speak what's on their mind. Actors that star in voiceless roles have to act in a completely different way. They don't speak, so they have to use their mannerisms and need to have emotive facial expressions to communicate their message with their viewers. Since technology wasn't advanced, they had to use specific camera angles to film certain scenes. I thought that the camera work was well done and captured different moments in the film as if the viewers were watching from afar. The acting in this film was very expressive. Given that the actors couldn't use their voices to get their emotions and messages across, they had to use their bodies to act. Overall, I thought that the acting in Modern Times was incredible. It's amazing how voiceless actors can act at the same level as actors we see star in our favorite movies today. The story flow in Charlie Chaplin's film was very fluid. The scenes flowed perfectly, and even though there wasn't any dialogue between the characters, the sound effects in the film tied the storyline together perfectly. Modern Times shows how the industrialization movement was changing society. Machines in factories were replacing manual labor, which left many working-class people without jobs. The tramp is an example of one of these individuals who were being replaced by technology. And though he deals with the situation with comedy, the message that comes across is still very clear. In every scene in Modern Times, there's at least one unique element. Some of these elements are more prominent depending on the scene, but there's always at least a certain part that stands out from the rest. The way Modern Time was filmed was already striking. Charlie Chaplin's techniques are altogether more unique and different from the normal movies we see produced every day. In almost every scene in Modern Times, there's a form of symbolism. Having different elements come together throughout a film is a very strong form of artistic approach. Modern Times is most definitely a comedy, but with a little bit of romance.